back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Tiki Taki. Saga continues. This is back to the old format. Mr. Wink, women hating on us, men hating on us, women confused. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Her time versus your time.
Oh.
Done.
The time they message you, "Kumusta? How you doing?" and make their hidden agenda known to ask or borrow money.
Morning.
You just woke up. The time to get nervous, to check your phone or your inbox like a sort of paranormal activity happening on your messenger.
Most people.
Noon.
The time if you said yes, they will check if you have sent the money yet. If you said no or ignored the messages, this is the time they'll say, "You've changed. You're unapproachable."
Afternoon.
The time of follow-up message from them, they just can't wait nor understand you're busy.
Damn right.
Dusk.
This is the time if you have sent the money already, you will not receive any confirmation from them that they have claimed the money, nor thank you. De nada. Nothing.
I don't actually experience this, but I'm sure there's some men that do this.
Evening.
The waiting game. Or worst, they blocked you already. Untraceable.
Night.
Just go to sleep. They won't remember you until your next paycheck.
Midnight.
The time you'll get a friend request notification and open your message request at your own risk.
Black women with white men tend to be the best combination.
Please understand, I realize I'm making this observation as a white dude. That's why I want to hear everybody else's opinion. So she says that society is stripping away the femininity of black women. However, throughout my life, I've met very few feminine black women. Like seriously, when I think about all the
100%.
women I've encountered in my life, and I think specifically about the black ones, I can honestly say that there's only been one or two instances where they've been feminine.
He ain't
the
wrong.
vast majority of black women I've encountered have been brusque and aggressive. And even though a ton of them have been absolutely fucking gorgeous,
This is
they were
true.
significantly more masculine than they were feminine. In the way they acted, not the way they looked.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think it's society doing it? Or is it just the behaviors of black women in society today?
Black women with
As an observation of an Asian man that lives in LA, I can say the same. I've dated quite a few black women, see black women all the time, meet black women all the time. Can maybe only count two that were feminine. The other ones were quite masculine, some more than others, but that loud type is quite often the case.
Take a look at this video and
I don't
peep
even
her
know what
eyes.
this guy's talking about.
A
to tell the
black
truth.
woman, everyone wants to imitate them. Well, let me give you a Philippine lesson, my friend.
These are human eyes. Now
Okay.
these are reptilian eyes. Now
Okay.
look at her eyes and look at these eyes.
Okay.
Those are reptilian eyes. Also, notice how she has over 300,000 followers on TikTok.
Okay.
And almost every time I've seen someone that has those reptilian eyes, they always at least have either 100K, 300K plus. Now the question is, why would they be getting reptilian shapeshifters, women from other countries, to praise black men and say, come to different countries, leave the United States? Interesting.
I don't even know what he's getting at. I don't even think she has reptilian eyes. I just think how camera works just makes her look like that. And even then, there's something called contacts. Like, there's no such thing as reptilian people. Like, what the fuck is going on with our people in society? Reptilian people? This ain't freaking, Battletoads or something. The fuck?
I deserve to have a traditional wife. They want to go be a passport bro. And I'm like, bro, you're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve it.
No, let's unpack that, because if you're from Alberta and you're asking about traditional lifestyle, traditional wife, you have no excuses to be going overseas. The Mennonite girlies, right there. Hutterites, right there. The Mormons.
You do know those are like religious sects that you have to be a part of to kind of, you know, marry those types of women. I used to live in Pennsylvania for about 9 months and live right next to Mennonites and Amish people. Yeah, they're traditional, but doesn't mean they're going to accept you. And their traditions are different from normal traditions. They don't even use technology. Mennonites use technology. Amish people do not use technology. What's the difference between the two? That's the only thing I know of, is one uses technology, one doesn't. But everything else is very similar. And just because you say those are there and the Mormons are there, doesn't mean they're all traditional. Right?
Right freaking there. Maybe if you're living in like New York or like a really big city where that kind of stuff is just not common, makes sense. But like, you're from Alberta and you're talking about being a passport bro, be for real. If you're from Utah, same thing goes for you.
I deserve.
You do know it's not just a women's issue. It is an issue that we want our money to go further than it does here. Living in the U.S., I'm like 10 times poorer than if I was to live in another country with the same income. Median income here is what? $45,000-$50,000 a month. Median rent here is $2,000 a month. That's almost 80% of your income. Just saying.
How much money do you need to earn to be considered rich here in the Philippines?
150,000 income.
150,000? Nah, it's pesos. Translated to $2,752 a month. That's average income.
Every month, you would be able to maintain a car and to have a nice home, to be able to have this rich lifestyle.
Imagine yourself in a place like this, getting paid remotely $3,000-$4,000 a month, and you look good, take care of yourself. You don't think you would crush it?
How much money do you need?
Shout outs to Bo and Filipina P. This is the confused
woman. My wife has been in
woman.
America now for just over 3 months from the Philippines.
This guy actually brought his wife back, which, again, I have nothing against it. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time, I'd rather just live in the other country, but it's perfectly fine.
And the other day, she asked me something. It was quite sad. She said, "Baby love, why in America do they hate children and mothers?"
This is 100% correct.
I couldn't understand where the question came from. But if you think about it, when I was in the Philippines, they have separate lines at most of the stores called priority lane for pregnant women. So there is, despite the poverty in the Philippines, a great respect for mothers, pregnant women, and a great love for children. They adore children in the Philippines. Families do everything to do the best for their children.
Correct.
So I'm sure to my wife it was quite a surprise to come to America and see the blatant hostility toward the gender of being a biological woman, being an annoying, inconvenient pregnant woman, and to having a little brat running around disturbing all of these adult children's time.
Damn, that was a good statement.
I can understand her question, and I can see her point very clearly now. We have a cultural crisis in America where we outright hate children.
We do. If you actually look at most of the young women nowadays and you see how they interact with kids, they are disgusted. Disgusted. When that, well, generationally, before this, all women adored kids. They all loved kids. They all softened when kids were around. It's not like that anymore.
And I don't need to get into the current social media war about drag shows targeting children, or anyone who identifies as a woman can be a woman, or many of the other things that you see, which basically boil down to adults, supposed adults in 2023, who want to be the children themselves, being offended by real children, real women, and real mothers who cut into their narcissism.
I love this guy's statement right there. That was a good statement. That was some good chow. I mean, the more I do these videos, the more I hope you guys see the difference between cultures, everything. Just how they treat women, how women are viewed, how women view things, how other men view things, how we're viewing things when we see things over there. It's just to open up your eyes and to educate. We're not forcing anybody to do anything. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can go around the country and just fuck bitches if you wanted. I'm not gonna stop you, you know? But if you genuinely want a connection, I think this is a great way to go about it. If you want to live a nice life without struggling or to be working to become a millionaire, this is a good way to go about it. Just saying. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.